Hi friends! As you may have heard on Sunday morning, Sharon and I had quite an adventure returning home from New York. We were supposed to leave at 5:30 on Saturday. I ended up on a 1 o'clock flight Sunday morning and then spent the rest of the night at O'Hare in Chicago. Sharon flew out of Newark, New Jersey on Sunday morning, and we ended up in Columbus within an hour of each other. I am thankful that we are home, and I am thankful that we have staff members here at Centenary who are flexible to go with the flow and able and willing to step in and lead on short notice. When I arrived at LaGuardia on Saturday at 3 o'clock, the person who checked me in said, and I quote, "Oh honey, your flight's already been delayed. If it's delayed anymore, you're not going to make your connection in Chicago." I didn't quite know how to respond to that, but before I could, she had me on standby for the 4 o'clock flight that was leaving. So I went through security, I rushed to the gate, and it was packed. Not only was it a full flight, but there were probably 25 other people there on standby. 4 of them made it on. I was not one of them. The woman who got the last seat sighed a huge sigh of relief and said, "Oh, thank God I'll make it to the funeral." That gave me some healthy perspective on the situation. As the afternoon progressed, they kept moving my flight back half an hour at a time just to keep a little bit of hope, I think. And every time I got the notification, I did the math and calculated whether or not I was going to make my connection in Chicago. Once I realized and accepted that there was no way that I would, my next thought was to make sure that I was booked on the first flight out of O'Hare. Well, I went to the website, didn't get anywhere. I opened the app on my phone, same result. I really just needed to talk to a person, but I couldn't find anyone. So I started walking around and searching. I did find the club room, of which I am not a member. But I went in and asked the people there where I could find the help desk. They gave me directions and I went, and would you believe that it was exactly in front of where I had been sitting the entire afternoon? I just didn't realize it because nobody was there. The people in the club room also gave me a QR code, and they assured me that if I scanned this code, it would take me to a person. Well, I scanned the code, I waited about 20 minutes and never spoke with a human being. Websites are informative. Apps are handy, but I needed to talk to a person. Reflecting on that experience, I think that's what the incarnation is all about. Now, I admit that I was not thinking about that in the moment. But God sent instructions on how to live in right relationship with Him and with each other in the law and the commandments that He gave to Moses. That's like a website. And then God sent prophets to help people understand and apply those instructions to their current situation. That's like an app. But we still didn't totally get it. We needed a person to teach us. We needed a person to show us the way to live with and for God and each other. God recognized and responded to that need and sent His Son Jesus to guide us in making our home in God now and finding our home in God forever. This is from the first chapter of the Gospel of John. "And the Word became flesh and lived among us. And we have seen His glory, the glory as of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. From His fullness we have all received grace upon grace. The law indeed was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God. It is the only Son, Himself God, who is close to the Father's heart, who has made Him known." Thanks for listening. I'll see you again next week.